And it's here. It's finally here. 20 past 5, the off time. That's in 19 minutes. Step it up. Manuel Nunes, barrier 4, down 1. Born to Fly, number 2. Shafiq, barrier 9, down 4. Little Flax, Michael Rod rides, barrier 11, 4:58. Davide for Chavez, barrier 8, +1. Knights Command, Zurman, barrier 6, -1. Trudeau, RX7 are in full force here, barrier 7, +1. Valbuena for Benny Woodward, barrier 2, down 3. And Cheater on Fire, number 8. Matt Kennedy, barrier 12, +3. Darcy Charmer, Brad Parnham, barrier 5, 464. Martin is number 10 for Side Food and barrier 14, -1. 11 is Fastnet Dragon, our favourite, at 13 and 5.1. Alan Munro, barrier 10, +4. Allah Victory is number 12. Corey Brown, barrier 3, 5.27. Majestic Moments for Naresh Juglal, barrier 1, -3. Twickenham for Harry Casson, barrier 13, down 1. Track work that caught the eye during the week. Well, it's hard not to include, and like this little guy, Step It Up. He's just been a model of consistency. He's our second favourite at 18 and 9. Really, really has done a fantastic job. And winning this could take his earnings well into the $2 million marks. He's just a lovely horse. Darcy Charmer, this has been his goal, 1600. He'll be running on strongly. If he puts in the run he did in his last start or the one before that, he's a big chance here. And I do give him a hope to run into money. He is my second chance and my second choice, and I really do like him here. But this is the one that will have to beat for me. Fastnet Dragon with 50 kilos on his back, a gallant third in the Derby. He was slightly unlucky. Definitely do give him a big hope here. So we're going to have a look at a past run for you. And it is Step It Up, winning back on the 6th of September. Now, Allah Victory was third on this occasion. It was a blistering tempo set up front. In his normal self, Step It Up was, he was chased around the bend. Look at him there. You'd think, my goodness, this horse can't do it with 59.5. But he just lengthens, he strides, he's got a big heart. He puts it all in, and he just really tries to the line. So I'm expecting the same today, and it would be just reward if he did win again.
In the parade ring for the committee's prize, number 7, Valbuena, Benny Woodworth, kilo and a half over. Cheater on Fire for Kennedy, a kilo and a half over. Darcy Charmer, Parnham, a kilo and a half over. Fastnet Dragon, Munro, a kilo and a half over. As to is Corey Brown on number 12, Allah Victory. Here we go with the runners. It's a good field. Terrific field. And the favourite is Fastnet Dragon, 13 and 5.1. Not being seen in an official race since his very, very close, creditable third behind Keshwa and also More Affair.
Fantastic run it was that day, Matt. And based on that run, based on what I've seen at the track, and also based on what I've seen at the trials, with 50 kilos on his back, what was the overweight there? Was there
1.5 over?
1.5. So even with 51.5 kilos, I think it's pretty tough to beat if he runs up to his Derby.
He's had a terrific run, and he started his career with Santoire, and then ever since going across to Leslie Koo, he's been phenomenal, really. That's a terrific third in the Derby's prize money, already over $250,000. Davide, 96 and 19, an 8-time winner. This would be a career high if he was able to win this race, I have to say.
Yes, he's won a Group 3 before, but only one win from 8 attempts. I just, of the short runners, I much prefer Majestic Moments, personally. He's getting on a bit, this guy, and on best form he could play a part, but I just think that's not strong enough to feature against some of his counterparts.
He's had a good year. He ran second behind Zach Spirit. He had a second to Goodman as well, and last time out he had a fourth to Super Winner, so he's there or thereabouts, but as I said, a career high if he was able to take out this race. Darcy Charmer, 35 and 9, is starting to really emerge as one of our really good horses here in Singapore. He's down on the lightweight, and he's holding his form. He's an emerging horse.
He is, most definitely, and this has been his target. So 1600, perfect. Brad Parnham gets a fantastic chance here, and let's hope he can put in a bold showing this horse. If he, we know he always flies late, doesn't he, Matt? So he just has to reproduce one of his last 2 runs. If he does, he's a hope to earn a big stake check here.
Consistently runs the quickest closing 400 metres, but last time He did again, but remember Spalato was under a stranglehold, so
Well, the handbrake was up.
it was. Martin, 184. We frequently hear from the Laxton stable that there's no rain, makes it tough. He hasn't got rain again. He'd need a phenomenal performance to take this out.
Yeah, a bit out of his depth here, I think, against some of these other runners. So not for me today. Prefer step it up to stablemate.
Yeah, Gold Cup candidate, isn't he? He's won up to 2,400 metres. If he got a wet track on the Gold Cup day and he was in form, then he was a chance. Our victory, 70 and 15. He's one of the up-and-coming brigade in this particular race. Thrown into a race that's going to test him to the max, but he's a nice horse.
Full of talent, full of ability. Has his issues that he often does let himself down, but in saying that, he's got a fantastic record. And yes, he steps up here, Matt, but a horse that wouldn't surprise me, and he's one of your favourite stallions in Alamosa.
Very light rain falling here, fellas. Just a very light drizzle of rain beginning to fall.
Anything on the radar to suggest we should be worried?
I'll check it for you.
Okay, thanks to Craig upstairs. Born to Fly, 97 and 27. What a record that is. Mr. Consistent, isn't he? Born to Fly, a winner of $916,000.
Yeah, he's just fantastic, this horse. It was just an okayish effort in the jumbo jet. He loves the track and trip. I just prefer a couple of others. You know, on best form, could most definitely play a part, Matt. But I think a couple of them have his measure racing in the current form they are.
Yeah, I think you'll be pinpointing a race like the EW Barker, 1,400 metres, probably more suitable, but still a chance. Valbaina, 54 and 16. Well, he probably wants a little bit further. Benny Woodworth gets an opportunity here on a horse who has had a particularly good season.
Yeah, this horse has improved. He turned the corner, but
a bit complicated though, isn't he?
He's complicated. Yeah, he is. You never know what you're going to get from him, and he's got the ability. He's got the class to play. I don't think to win it, to maybe run into the back end of quartets, but I prefer stablemate again.
Step it up. Just a wonderful little horse he is. Almost $2 million in the kitty. 17 and 9. He carries weight.
Hard to leave him out, isn't it?
You can't leave him out. You can't. And if Fastnet Dragon was, say, on the 85-90%, he was vulnerable. This is just the sort of horse who could win again. He's already won 3 features already this year.
He's won 4 races this year. This is his 9th run. He's just a phenomenal athlete. Yeah, he's walking past us now. He looks, as always, in tip-top, perfect condition. Lovely horse. It would be not good if we didn't include him.
He's held his form now for basically 4 years. Marvellous horse. Here's Flax. What a little trier he is. One of our real little favourites, this horse, Flax. 94 and 27. Wouldn't it be wonderful to see him win?
That would be fantastic. Michael Rod takes the ride for the first time. The Evanses are in town. He's a horse that could spoil the party, couldn't he? On best form, he could easily win this.
He could, and question marks on whether they'll ride him back or forward at this stage. Flax, 94 and 27. Number 13 here is Majestic Moments. He's a horse that we thought might play a forward role in this.
I think so. I think he may.
Has he got the quality?
Yeah, he's definitely got the quality. I don't think we've yet to see the best of this horse. Does need to race a bit though. Does need to lift ever so slightly, but with a low mass on a low weight on his back, his record reads well. He'd have to lift. He would have to lift. I think he may have just ever so slightly have needed that last run, just slightly. And I give him a hope here to run into the back end of Quartet's, Matt. He's a nice horse, this.
Number 5 is Knight's Command, 264. We know he's a nice horse, but I'd be surprised second up if he was able to win over a mile. He had a terrific year. Was it last year? Or the year before? But geez, he's been a nice horse for a while.
He'll need to lift, I think. Just need to lift ever so slightly. A couple of them are racing really, really well, so...
She hasn't done much wrong, has he? He ran third to Keshwar in the New Year Cup, and then he beat Emperor's Banquet in the Woodlands Classic at Group 3. Came out and ran second to Emperor's Banquet in the Fortune Bowl, and then first up was beaten 3 1/4 behind Spalato. I mean, his form is very good, Knight's Command. Very interesting runner. Trudeau next up for the RX7 boys. Well done to them, and good luck.
Well done.
Oh, well done for just being here.
Right.
Yep. He had a trial, of course, on Tuesday. Seemed to trial strongly behind Power Play.
And I just get the feeling he's getting on a bit, with all due respect. I think it really have to lift to play any sort of part here. Not for me today.
Well, there's Harry Casson. I wonder if Twickenham's going to take a forward role in this particular race. He's getting the instructions from Stephen Gray, who's already got one feature in the bag already. Cheetah on fire. Next up for trainer Bruce Marsh, who's duly represented here. He's got Knights Command as well. You got a preference between the pair? This horse is racing well.
My preference would be for the 8 here probably, because, you know, third in the Gold Cup last year. He's a little horse though. He's never beaten Farmer. His last couple of runs, he said he hasn't been beaten more than 2.5 lengths. The type of horse who's got a big run in him. He's got a big run in him. He's not the worst of them. He would be my preference, yeah, from the Marsh yard.
Okay, just having a look. Knights Command. He had his run in 2014. I think he's got dicky legs. Knights Command. So
yeah, I think he
has struggled in the past. He's only had 4 runs this year as well, which would indicate all's not well. Twickenham coming out. The market says he's not going to play his part, but we thought if he jumped away well that he might play some sort of role in the pace making in a race where not too many jumping off the page for front running duties. Potentially he could.
I'd be happy to take him forward with that 50 kilos on the back, wide draw. I think it would be silly, you know, with such a weight advantage in your favour, to sit back, you know. Go up. I'm not saying he has to lead, but be handy. You know, make him work for it.
I think if you're drawn wide and you're going to push forward, you almost need to sort of say, oh, well, we're going to try for the front.
That's it, yeah. Otherwise it's good pointers. You could race 3 wide. So.
Yeah, so I'm sure when the barrier draw came out, Stephen Gray was not impressed.
He was a bit wide at the poles, yeah.
Makes it tough. Committee's prize, little logo. We're talking about that sort of logo. It reminded me of the, remember the Band of Brothers?
Yes.
It was a tight-knit group. It's probably what we're dealing with here, the Committee's prize there, and that's the logo up on the right-hand side. So I'm not sure where that's come from, but it's good. What are we going with, Gareth?
I'm going with Fastnet Dragon to win it from Darcy Charmer, 1 Step It Up and 13 Majestic Moments. 11, 9, 1 and 13 for me. What do you like?
Oh, it's a good race, isn't it? I'm going with Fastnet Dragon as well to beat Step It Up, so 11 to beat 1, and then I'm putting in Flax, little champion horse, and that's number 3, and number 9, Darcy Charmer for 4th. So I'm marking them 11 to beat 1, and 3, and also 9. Nice field, Craig, and it's good to have 14 runners as well. So it's a good size field. A few of them tested at the mile, a few of them going over further, heading towards Gold Cups. A few of them are nearing retirement. It's just a really, really nice race here, isn't it?
Yes, it is indeed. And I'm going to go with a horse going to the mile for the first time, Darcy Charmer. He's been absolutely crying out for this. He closed in strongly last time in the Spalato race with 58 kilos on his back. His run, when beaten ahead behind Daniel over 1,400 metres 2 starts ago, was quite remarkable. If you do have the opportunity, if you're sitting at home or have a smartphone or something, just have a look at that run and the amount of ground he made up in the last 100 metres. And with a featherweight on his back, 51.5 here, I think he's going to be absolutely charging at them in the late stages, Darcy Charmer. And I'll be very, very happy to take the 6 to 1 about him at the moment. Number 11, Fastnet Dragon. We could be dealing with a potential star in our hands here. His run in the Derby was excellent. He won his previous 4 starts to that. I just get the impression, the way he's been trialling, he's been a bit sluggish at the barrier trials, and may well be, setting him up for this 1,600 metre race first up, which of course they would be. But I just get the impression, the way he's been trialling, that he'll be peaking a little bit later on in the season. On class alone, he could still win this, and he's the $14 favourite, Fastnet Dragon. Step It Up, I just think he gives too much weight to some pretty sharp horses here, but he's still a chance at $17 on the tote. And then number 12, A La Victory. So 9, 11, 1 and 12 for me. 9, 11, 1 and 12 as they head over towards the start. Just the very, very lightest of rain here, which really won't have got into the track now. So I've just put a little bit of moisture on the top of the track. It certainly wouldn't have got through at this point. So it's been very, very light. There has been some thunder to the north. There is activity to the north, but whether we get anything more than what we're getting at the moment is highly problematic. I doubt we'll get too much rain out of this. It is seemingly in southern Malaysia and not really too much in Singapore at the moment. But Could have a little bit of precipitation about anyway. It's been